Hello students, good day. In today's session we are going to learn about constraints. Constraint is a condition or check applicable on a field or set of fields to ensure data integrity and consistency. Constraint is nothing but condition, right? So we are going to apply some conditions on a fields, right? Whenever we are inserting a record or we are updating a record, that condition will be checked. The values which satisfies the condition will only be inserted into the table. So that is the condition. So in this way we are ensuring the data integrity and consistency. That is, data should be accurate, the data should be complete, and it should be consistent. So in this way the constraint will be very useful in maintaining the data integrity and consistency. So very common type of constraints are not null, unique, default, check, primary key, and then foreign key. We will see the constraints one by one. The first one is not null constraint. Okay, so this constraint ensures that a column cannot have null value, right? So by default all the columns will accept null values, right? So in the previous examples also we have done we have inserting the null values inside the column. So that is, by default all the columns will accept null values. If you set this not null constraint on a particular column, then that column will not accept the null value, right? So you can say it can be applied on multiple columns also. For example, if you have a table which has some 5 fields, and you can apply this not null column in more than one column also. Okay, not null constraint in more than one column also, right? So what is the syntax? While creating the table, you have to create the syntax like this: create table, table name. Normally you will be giving the column name and then the data type. So after the data type we have to specify the constraint. Okay, since this is a not null constraint, I am specifying it here, right? So then the rest of the columns with the data types you can give, right? If you want to apply the not null constraint for more than one column, then you can apply it over here. So if you want to apply the not null column for dname, then you can apply the dname varchar 20 one space, then you can specify not null, right? So it can be applied on multiple columns. But if the table is already created and you want to add the not null constraint, then you have to use the alter table command. Okay, so alter table, table name, then you have to issue the modify, then you have to specify doc id, then the column name, then the data type, then you have to give the not null constraint. Okay, and while using this alter table command you should be very careful. For example, if you created the table already and you have inserted one null value in that one, okay, so in that case if you issue the alter table command, it will not execute because the values already inside the table contain some null value, so you cannot again make it not null, right? So while issuing the alter table command, you should be very careful. Then how to remove the not null constraint? You have to use alter table doctor, again modify doc id integer null. You are specifying that it accepts null value. Okay, so let's see the demo of this one. Okay, so this is the table already we have used, right? So DESE describe command used to specify the structure, used to give the structure of the table. So STUD table we have already used. Okay, you can see here this null S. This means all these columns will accept null values. Okay, and if you don't specify any value, automatically null will be considered. That is a default value for that. Okay, I'm going to create one more table called doctor table. Create table, and the table name is doctor. Okay, I'm going to have doc id. So doc id is my first column name, and then I'm specifying it as integer. Here I'm specifying it as not null constraint. Okay, then I have doc name with varchar 20. Then I have department varchar 20. Now the table is created. So if you say the description of this table, okay, you can see here null value is not accepted. It is specified as no for null. Okay, since we have declared it as a not null constraint. Okay, so while inserting the values, insert into doctor values, and if you give null value, it won't accept. Okay, So this is the value I'm giving. It gives an error. Column doc ID cannot be null because it enforces the not null constraint. Okay, so this is the way you have to use the not null constraint. And once the table is created, you can use the alter table. See, I'm using this alter table command to drop this one. Okay, alter table doctor. I want to remove the not null constraint here. So what I can do, I can use the alter table name. Then you can use modify. Okay, then you can specify doc ID, data type. You can use null. Okay, so now if you see the DAC, it accepts null value. Okay, so using the alter table command, you can set it as not null also. Right, so either you can use the create table command or you can use the alter table command, but before issuing the alter table command, there should not be any value in the particular column which has null. Okay, next one, we are moving on to the next constraint, unique constraint. Okay, so this constraint ensures that all values in a column are different. Okay, it accepts only distinct value. It will not accept any duplicate values. Right, so no two rows can hold the same value for a column with unique constraint. Okay, if any column is set as unique constraint, then that column will not accept duplicate values. Okay, it can hold multiple null values. We can give multiple null values. That is not a duplicate value, right? And it can be applied on multiple columns. The syntax is create table name, PID, pname varchar, unique. Right? So if you want to set product name as a unique constraint, then you can set it as that is same syntax. You have to give the column name, data type, then you have to give the constraint name. Okay, so after the table constraint, after the table creation, if you want to give the unique constraint using the alter command, you can give that alter table product modify pname varchar, then you can specify it as unique. Okay, so the unique constraint will be applied on the column. Now, how to remove the constraint? So in removing the constraint, we have to find the index first. Okay, so we cannot directly remove the unique constraint as we have done for the not null constraint, right? So first thing, you have to fetch the index of that unique field. So to fetch that one, we have the command called show index from the table name. For example, if the product table, then you have to give show index from that one. So this will return the index of the particular field. Okay, so that index, after this command, you have to use alter table product drop index, that particular index, whatever the index it returns from here, that index you have to use it to remove the unique constraint. Okay, let's see the demo again. Okay, so the table is already created. So in this table, I am going to alter this one. So I am issuing the command alter table. So the table name is doctor here. For this table, I am going to add unique constraint. Okay, for D name. So I have to use modify. Then you have to specify the column name, D name, varchar 20, then you can give it as unique. Okay, so this will accept unique value. Then you can see this description. Okay, you can check that key. The unique key is applied on D name. So previously it was not there. Okay, so if you apply the unique key, then that will be shown under the keys column. Okay, so this enforces duplicate values will not accept. Okay, let's see the example. So we didn't insert any value, so I'm going to insert into doctor values, doc ID, then doc name, department is ENT. Okay, so if I try to insert the same value again, okay, it will give the duplicate entry key for key 1. right? So since the dname is declared as unique key, it will not accept the duplicate value. Kirti, we are again giving the duplicate value, that will not be accepted. Okay, so this is called unique. But you can give the null values. So instead of Kirti, if I am passing the null value, okay, this will accept. Again, if I am giving the same null value, it will accept. It accepts multiple null values, but it won't accept other values other than null values. Okay, so the D name, it can accept multiple null values, but it will not accept the names, right? So this is called not null, unique constraint. Now, how to remove the unique constraint? Okay, so we have to use show index function to return the index. Then you have to use it along with the drop command. Let's see that. Show index from here, the table name is doctor. So this will return the index. So they have to find the key name. So this is the third field. So what is the key name here? So D name is the key name. So we have to use that one in the alter table. Alter table, instead of modify, you have to use drop index. Then you have to use D name. So now the index is removed, the key unique constraint is removed. If you see the doctor table, you can see that the key is removed now. So this is the way you can remove the unique constraint, right? Next one, we have default constraint. Okay, so this provides default value to the column when the insert into statement does not provide a specific value. Okay, so explicit null values will be accepted. It can be applied on multiple columns. So the syntax is similar. So after specifying the column name, data type, you have to give the default and what is the default value. If it is an integer field, you have to give the numbers. If it is a varchar field, you have to give the strings. What is the default string to be displayed? Okay, and once the table is created, you can use the alter table command. Using this modify, you can give the default. And to remove that one, we have alter table with modify, and if you specify mark integer, then the default will be removed from here. Okay, let's see this. For example, in the same table, if you are going to apply the department default value, so the command is alter table command. So if you are creating the new table, we can use it in the create table. Since I have already created the table, I am going to use alter command. Okay, so alter table doctor. Okay, then I am going to modify the field name department. We have to specify the data type. Then I am going to apply the constraint called default constraint. So default, and then you have to give the default value, right? So I am giving the default value as cardio. Okay, so this is the default value. So if nothing is given, then it automatically considers cardiology department, right? Okay, so let's insert this one. Insert into doctor. Okay, so since we are going to omit this D name, we have to specify the columns here. So for what are the columns? For doc ID, and then for D name, we have to provide the values. So I'm going to give here values. Then you can give right. So only two values we are providing. The next value I'm making it as empty. The row is inserted. You can check this one. Okay, so we have inserted only 45 and then Kumar. Okay, instead of null value, it is replaced as cardio because the default value is cardio here. And if you see the description also, right, for all other values the default is null. Okay, for the column department the default value is cardio, right? If you omit the values, automatically this default value will be replaced, right? What happens if you explicitly give the values? Okay, so instead of this one, I am providing the null value here. So explicitly I am giving the null values. So in this case, it accepts null value, right? So null is insert. Okay. So if you are explicitly giving the null value, it accepts null value. If you don't provide the null value, then the default value will be the whatever the value we are giving for that column. Okay. The next one is check constraint. So this constraint ensures that all values in a column satisfy certain conditions, right? So create table name, and then you can specify that. For example, this mark column, mark integer, and then I'm using the check constraint. Mark should be greater than 35, right? So whenever you are inserting the value for mark column, that value should be greater than 35. That is the condition we are giving here. But MySQL does not enforce check constraint, though MySQL syntax allows the definition. So we can use that. We cannot use that check constraint in MySQL. Okay, it won't display any error, but it won't give the answer. It only has the syntax, but it will not enforce the constraint. Let's create this table again. Create table. I'm just giving a demo table. Okay, and then with ID integer, and then I'm checking the condition as check ID greater than 6. Okay, this is the condition, and then name table is already existing. Okay, so it won't give any error. Okay, but it will not check the condition. So if you are inserting the values, insert into demo3 values, the condition is greater than 6. If I give 3, it accepts. It accepts. Okay, the check constraint, MySQL does not enforce the check constraint. Okay, so though the MySQL syntax allows the definition of check constraint, it allows the syntax is allowed, it will not give any error, but it does not enforce the condition, right? So that's all about today class. We have seen about 4 constraints: not null, unique, default, and then check constraint. So primary key and foreign key constraint we'll see in the next class. Thank you.